Ancient humans kept good star charts. In fact, ancient humans kept very good star charts. In fact, they mapped out their entire sky, more or less. All 360 degrees squared of it, albeit split between civilizations. And a fair chunk of modern humans still hold on to this knowledge. Because there's always going to be a faction who does that. This also means that it would take exactly no time at all for any significantly large group of humans to notice that the stars around them had changed significantly. Enough for them to have been moved through time and/or space. Which, I imagine, is the cause of most of the what in the flying fuck just happened communications that are going on between at current count 16 additional Sol systems spread out across the 150 or so light-year sphere, which we had previously reserved for them. I personally recommend cause I'm stuck here with the idiots. But I'm referring to the organization as a whole, so I guess the word is we, track down the chick who suggested we make their exclusion zone 250 instead and give her like all the money. Because otherwise I would not have enough non-toxic all species compatible alcohol substitute available to deal with this. From what I've been able to tell from the reports, that the probably metaphorically magical sensors and the 50/50ths metaphorically magical engineers on said sensors have been giving me the Sol system that stayed in place. Henceforth Sol Prime or Sol number 1 is aware that they did something that they emerged from unchanged. But not exactly what as of 3 days after the incident. Sols number 2, number 3, number 5 and number 7, numbered in ascending order based on distance from the galactic core and separately. Sols number 14 and number 16 have already established communication grouplets with each other. Additionally, Sol number 4 is capable of receiving from, but not sending to the first above group, and as of the time I am writing this report, Sol 15 is the only duplicated Earth which is not aware of said duplication, and is therefore not actively trying to activate their own FTL communications on themselves. As for the standard update you are probably expecting with this report, despite having pulled some kind of bullshit goddamn magic that fucking imploded and made 17 different copies of a fucking star system, and despite having the technology to practically immediately communicate with their copies somehow, the humans are still somehow missing the giant fucking shiny neon sign that says FTL tech this way you imbeciles, and are as of the time I am writing this, still no closer to figuring out even rudimentary FTL transportation technology than they were last time. Or the time before that. Or the time before that. Or any of the times I have written one of these reports, actually. Although, I guess there being 17 Sol systems now might speed up their research a bit possibly. Maybe, I'm not even being sarcastic here. It's a small chance, and I genuinely don't think it will at all. I also continue to be of the opinion that we should get off our collective arses. Or whatever species-specific anatomical areas counts for the generic standard of an arse. And first contact these damn bipeds. Before they can get another vat of crayons to scribble over the laws of physics, within a vain attempt to fall into a hole they're already standing in the fucking middle of. Because otherwise at some point they will shove a negative 2-point energy generator inside and dimensional wormhole or something, and look, I don't want my name even tangentially linked to a species who created some true vacuum decay that we're going to have to ask the Andromedas to contain. Even if it's as the main voice against letting them develop naturally along their own paths, okay. Also, I have a 500 credit bet with my husband about whether these dumb fucks would get FTL before randomly spawning at least one non-black monochrome colored hole in their vicinity. And I don't want to lose it. Their interest declared bureaucracy. Happy now. Author's name and the link to original text is in the description. Consider tapping the thumbs up and pressing the subscribe button if you enjoyed this video.